Hello, Renee Flamont here with another topic that really concerns me for everybody involved in this kind of thing. Your system gets shaken to the core after a relationship with the narcissist. Shaken to the core. And people who have never been through it don't get it. And you maybe have been living in silence and there's no one to talk to about it. You have to now figure out who can you trust, who's going to believe you. There's so much impacted inside you, and you don't know how to handle it. After a narcissist, it's like you're shell-shocked, right? You're shell-shocked. And it's a huge concern. I hear it a lot. I'll never date again. I'll never trust again. I have an itchy nose. You get into a fight or kiss a fool is what they say where I'm from. So I kiss my own hand, get it? No way I can trust myself to pick someone. That's a big one I hear all the time. This is because you're shell-shocked. And a lot of times I feel people are saying and feeling this way and they feel it makes them strong, right? And it does in a way. We're going to get into all this. But, okay, let's step back and just chat a second about all of it. They leave you differently than how they found you. You might have gone in, the effects can be positive or negative, of course. But I'm here to try to help you see how you can turn what they did to you, the negative especially, right around and gain strength from it, right? Rather than settling on those negative parts of the shell shock and just allow yourself to feel the strength in, yet victim of, I'll never trust again, I'll never meet anybody again, I'll never date again. That sounds strong. There's a strength in that. But I don't want anyone doing that because they're shell-shocked from the experience with a narcissist. Not everyone's a narcissist. Not every experience is going to be that way. There are trustworthy people in this world. There are. Think of people you know. Think of people you know. I know one couple, they just found each other a year ago, whatever, they're very happy. There's not a more trustworthy, the guy is the one that I know. Guy. I know they're there, right? I know they're there. Think of friends of yours, family members of yours. You know they're trustworthy. They're out there. You just happen to land with this person who shell-shocked you. When it comes, that first part, it's that first part, the negative, that I want to really talk about for a second, okay? That I just mentioned. Because the effects can be negative, they can be positive. I don't know what I mean by the first part. I don't know what I was saying. But I'm looking at my writing and talking at the same time. That's when you know that I'll trip up. Because God forbid I multitask. But you're scared. You don't trust. You've had your mind played with. Your heart stopped. And see, that's where a lot of people that were in, let's just say, a non-disordered relationship, right? And there was a breakup. They go on, the other person goes on, they're hurt for a little while, and then they move on to somebody else. There's no residual effect of negativity and downtroddenness, and they controlled you all this time. If it's a non-disordered relationship and you're trying to explain to someone, they're going to say to you something like, oh my God, just get over it. There's a lot more to get over with than the person. It's what they've done to your brain. It's how they've treated you. You're now going to react to things differently. And when I first saw the videos that say, you'll never be the same after a narcissist, I was sad because I like myself. But then I realized what they meant. And I said, no, I'm going to turn that around. Of course I'll never be the same way. I was too trusting. Look at me getting ahead. See what I'm saying, Renee? Stay with your outline. But where all the mind control and heart stopping leaves you is up to you, is what I was getting to with my 3 tangents that I'll get back to in a second. You're scared to even talk to someone else for fear they could be another narcissist. I've heard that from many people. They're shell-shocked from the first narcissist and they think, I can never meet anybody again. How would I know? How would I know if they're love bombing me? How do I know? I've made videos on that. Look it up. You can know. There are many signs, right? But, you've got to put the work in. Watching these videos here will help you in the shell shock of your narcissist aftermath to learn how to spot them, and that way you won't encounter another one again. Yet maybe you'll learn that you don't have to be fearful to talk to someone. Talk to anybody you want. Just learn how to spot them. That'll handle that part of the shell shock. Learn how to spot them. Doesn't mean you can't talk to people. Doesn't mean you can't date. Doesn't mean that. I told you I went on a handful of dates after. I could spot them a mile away, though, the dysfunction, and they didn't get a second date. One guy did. I think I made a video on how he didn't understand the word no or snail's pace or whatever. I mean, it was crazy. So that didn't go past a second lunch, which, sidebar, I met them. He doesn't even know my last name or where I live. If you meet somebody online, especially, be careful, please. So you don't think you'll ever trust again. And with me, I think I trusted too easily. So to have me hesitate now is definitely a good thing. Like at first I was sad, like, oh, I liked my, way that I was. I just feel like my desire after the shell shock became about protecting myself in every way. So I ate up all these videos, how to spot one so I didn't worry about that. You have to have a desire to protect yourself going forward. You get a desire to protect yourself, and I think that's a good change. That's a good effect from the stun gun that is the narcissist, is that you're going to protect yourself from it ever happening again. That's a positive. You're awake now that this kind of person exists. That's a positive. And my guess is that many of us trust too easily, which is just another opening for them to get in. We trusted them. And now we don't do that right away. And some of you may be like, well, that's a terrible quality. I used to like that. You bet your sweet Bippy I don't trust right away. I love this change in me. Someone from now on will have to earn the trust first. That's how it should have been to begin with. I'm not giving it like I did before right away. I really assumed that people were just good. When I met people, I think I trusted them. Hi, nice to meet you. I went in with trust. You don't even know this person. Now, you can look at that as bitter, I guess, but no way. That's not bitter. It's careful. It's a lesson learned that I should have known long ago. It's a path I wish none of you ever take again. It's the knowledge that there are indeed people like this in the world. Not everyone is goodness. That is a good effect from the relationship with a narcissist. Because I just feel so bad. I hear a lot of people say, I don't allow, in other words, the mistrust you have to now hinder you. I've heard that a lot. Or make you feel that shell shock and have it manifest in that you're never going to go in again. You were so damaged, you're never going to go in again. And that stance makes you feel safe, and that stance does keep you safe from ever experiencing it again. But you can do other things. You can get out there in the world, just educate yourself when you stay back from them. You educate yourself and listen for love bombing. Don't go out if you're feeling vulnerable, if you think you're going to be suspect to love bombing. Don't go. Cancel. Get yourself feeling strong. There's all those things to do. And you can turn that shell shock around. I did. I'm empowered by it, you guys. The relationship. I've decided I'm empowered by the experience. And that's a choice I made, I think. We were duped. If we spot them and don't engage, then we won't have the problem again. The way they play and twist and manipulate our hearts and minds definitely leaves a mark. Some damage even. You almost have to retrain your own brain. I did. I would hear sentences and I was like, is that love bombing? Is that love? You have to retrain your brain. And sometimes I learned that, wow, I'm happy. I can spot something now. And I was right. I've been right every time. It's really not hard to spot once you learn. It's not hard. I refuse, I guess, is what I decided, and what I'm trying to let you come to the same state of mind. I refuse to let any of it keep me down. The narcissist takes enough from you, don't you think? No way he was going to get one more bloody second out of me. I made that decision once, I remember. And then I chose to flourish. I chose it. And you can as well. You just say to yourself, you know what? They took everything from me. They've left me depleted. They've left me feeling, right? But they're not even here anymore. He wasn't even here anymore. I'm going to wallow in that? I'm going to let him take the rest of my days? He wasn't worth the days I gave him. I'm going to give him the rest of the days. No way. Snap out of it. Wake up tomorrow and go, this is my day. He's not even here, or she. You know, my romantic partner's a he. Insert your own pronoun. He's not even here anymore. I'm going to let him bother my day? That you don't trust anybody else? That you're not going to date anybody else? Why? Why? That's not the answer. Now, you want to be alone for a while like I'm doing. That's a conscious choice. But I'm not afraid to date again. I tried it. I'm just working on some things right now. I want to see where I can be by myself right now. And so you can do that too, of course. But don't be shell-shocked from the narcissist and be forced into a life of not dating because you're afraid to get back out there. Because you're afraid to encounter another one. You're afraid to trust again. Just let them earn the trust. Let them earn the trust. I'm telling you. Hi, nice to meet you. And I just automatically assumed. I went from trust down. Even with friends. I've given millions of chances. Oh my God, how could they do that to me? I trusted them. They do something again. How could they do? I just really think I just really hold out to see the good in people. And some people don't have a redeeming quality to be seen. So here you are, you've been absolutely shaken to the core by your narcissist, but I want you to understand that you don't have to land and stay in the place that you may find yourself in right now, right after, in those, very soon time right after. Look at what's happened to you and try to think of the positive effect of what's happened to you, even if it was negative. Like, I don't trust right away anymore. I'm telling you, right away I was like, oh, that's not nice. Yes, it is. It's smart. You're going to be careful. You're going to go forward and really probably now be careful about with whom you spend your time. I think that's a great quality. I don't give my time away to just anybody now. Because after so much that I wasted, learn my lesson, love my path. You guys know. But you know what I mean. I refuse to give one more second, I said earlier, to him, but it's also to anybody of that kind. So the second I realize they're like that, bye-bye. One lunch. Okay, bye. No sweat. I drove there. I had lunch. Left. Didn't cost, whatever. Didn't cost me any time. I might have gone to lunch with somebody else that day. You know what I mean? Work it into your life, but then say to yourself, no, if you sense danger, trouble, dysfunction of any kind, doesn't have to be narcissistic personality disorder. If you sense anything you don't like, something they said that didn't line up, talk to them on the phone, now they're saying this. Ask them right there. You don't even know them. It can't escalate very much. You mentioned on the phone that you had 2 siblings, but now you're saying you're an only child. See how they handle it. Oh, you're right, I did say that. We had a fight yesterday and I don't want to talk about them today, so I said only child. Or they could say, no, I didn't say that. If you know they said it, now you know you're dealing with somebody who lies. This is a cockamamie example, but you know what I'm saying? Just be alert, be aware, but don't isolate and hold yourself off from the world because you're shell-shocked from a narcissist. They shouldn't get that power from us. They don't get us post-relationship. They did enough during the relationship. Look at me getting mad at the narcissist, yelling at the screen. It angers me because they do have so much control, and I just really hope that we can all get to the point. I want everyone to get to the point that at least after, get through your period of your breakup, after you reclaim your space and you know that going forward, anything you got from them, turn it into a lesson learned. And go forth and flourish. Make the choice to do that. Thank you for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time, Wednesday. Have a good day.